Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Ariane was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Ariane to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Ariane torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Ariane has started to rebuild, and the age of clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagoth, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires.
Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Upon receiving their summons to the auction house, our heroes quickly sent most of the unnamed commoners and nobles on their way, but decided to bring Sena Nulad, Marina Redwald, and the Rat King along with them, not feeling comfortable splitting off and being alone with the Mad Alchemist. At the auction house, all the nobles the heroes had negotiated with previously were gathered, and as Gemcell announced that the Okiti bid was invalid, due to a fraction of it containing stolen bits and baubles from the kidnap victims, the bidding began. Though our heroes gained the support of Mikkel's and Redwald, Nulad kept outbidding them all, and it seemed they would lose, as they had not done what Giovanni Goldtooth had asked and did not have his support. Finally, after a last-minute tense negotiation, a guard came into the auction house, whispered something in Goldtooth's ear, and he ran out in a hurry, offering up 5,000 more gold and tying the bid. But Thavagoth offered up a single gold piece in their favor, and Nulad, sick and tired of having to deal with all of this, gave up the bid. As our heroes celebrated their victory, the auction house was attacked with rotgut gas, crippling and paralyzing several of the nobles and workers therein. Our heroes did their best to evacuate and cure everyone, and the nobles were fine, but many other visitors and commoners were killed in the attack. After the attack, Trevlon, Malifane, and Momo attacked one of the Okiti that had thrown the chemical bombs, who said that he knew of a boat coming into Rosewater stream, but as for the boat, the Black Lightning, that the Okiti were on, he had no idea where it was going to land. Glinquinal the Rat King, when questioned on his involvement with the Okiti's prisoners, told the heroes he had no desire to help them, as they had ruined his plans to try and save the world twice in a few months. Our heroes turned in Glinquinal for the reward related to his capture, while Trevlon negotiated with Mayor Lionbelly to secure the release of his friend Toftir Duflame in exchange for finding the other prisoner. Back at the Fiery Grog, our heroes found Vivira Bluequill, Trevlon's sister, safe and sound and chatting with her boyfriend Guglug the Bouncer. She explained that the Okiti hostages were not harmed, and most of them were let go halfway through their incarceration. The rest were handed off to someone the Okiti called the Rat King, who the heroes were very familiar with. She also said she kept receiving strange dreams of sunken cities below the sea, one at the bottom of Lake Io, and another off the coast of the City of Shimmering Lights. Dreams that were apparently brought on by reading the theology books of an Arakocra author named Geisel. She also confirmed that she had, in fact, read a book by Gruvon Whitehand, and confirmed that it was mostly incomprehensible alchemical nonsense suitable for an advanced level of reading. The next day at the Fiery Grog Tavern, Tofdir Duflame, bartender and owner, had returned to his usual place of business, a little more scarred than before, but not that much worse for wear. Meanwhile, our heroes met back up with Lord Stormkirk, who said that the auction being done and in his favor, the job was technically over, and they were free to do as they pleased. And while he wouldn't endorse it, there were still Okiti agents near Rosewater Stream, apparently awaiting some kind of delivery. And Trevlon convinced the rest of our heroes to go investigate, seeing as the Okiti killed many innocent people, even though Corellian warned that they would probably not be happy to see our heroes, considering they bought out the Okiti's home from under them. At Rosewater Stream, the heart of the Okiti's criminal activity, our heroes found a young hiding Okiti by the name of Rayana Kiki, who said she was hiding out in fear of both the heroes, who were heavily armed and looked like they wanted to hurt people, Captain Vincent, who was getting crueler and crueler as the days went on, and a mysterious cloaked lady, who seemed to match the description of the wanted Plague Lord, Ekthrois Strain. Malifane, Momo, and Trevlon scouted ahead, after making a plan that if anything went wrong, our heroes would run as fast and as far as they could. At the northeast end of Rosewater Stream, Malifane found a skiff in the middle of the river, being operated by a black-furred minotaur, the one our heroes had encountered in Demdor, and Ekthrois Strain herself. Unfortunately, he was not stealthy enough to escape notice, and Ekthrois turned to see him, revealing that she was some sort of half-construct monstrosity, and told Captain Vincent whatever deal they were making was off. Vincent argued that the deal would still be on, once he gave the order to kill all the heroes. Will our heroes be able to escape the blades and arrows of the Okiti? What sort of dark technology exists that Ekthrois Strain could be a cyborg? And how much shorter is the next Last Time On going to be? Because this one is 5 frickin' minutes. Wow! Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags: Fallen Empires.
Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags, where sometimes we have a 5-minute Last Time On session. I'm your Dungeon Master, Alex, and with me, as always, are my lovely players, Jojo.
Only watch the Sonic movie for Jim Carrey, nothing else.
Oh no, you fool, you've opened up this can of worms. We've got Scott.
Wait, jokes!
Crunch! We've got a very tired Phil.
I'll have you know that I'm about as awake as I'll ever be, sir.
Great, awesome. We've got Atlas.
Rats.
And we've got Walrus.
Hello, I'm Mr. Blue Quill. Nobody cares about me.
Shush.
Excellent.
It's just face.
When last we left off, our heroes had gone to Rosewater Stream, basically the single nastiest part of town you could imagine, because they heard, hey, there's going to be a big meeting between the Okiti and a Plague Lord, apparently. Well, good news is they found him. Bad news is the party is split, and the Plague Lords have seen Malifane in his attempt to sneak up on him. Let me actually shift-click so you know where the party is, and it's just,
yeah, I can't see them, or anything for that matter. Please help me.
I would love to.
Tried opening your eyes.
I would love to.
Thank
Roll
you.
20, please respond.
Roll 20,
I
please.
made
God
comments, please respond.
Damn it. There we go. There's Corellian and Thavagath over towards the bottom left of the map.
That what you said?
Whoa.
And then look at very sleepy Thav. He's just having a nice time. And then up towards the northeast, we've got the other half of the party.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Yep.
Oh boy!
In immediate and mortal peril.
In immediate and mortal peril. Now, here's a couple of quick notes while I get this set up. Rather than
put down on the table, like, dozens of rat tokens and roll for each and every one. We're going to say hi to an old friend of ours.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's the clock!
Excellent.
Oh, great. Hi.
The number
Hi.
of...
Different from last time.
The number of filled-in segments on the clock are the number of attacks that are going to be flying your way and probably hitting, because they've got advantage every turn on the Okiti's turn.
Oh boy.
I have a character ready.
Currently, because Corellian and Thavagath are so damn far away, they're not subject to getting stabbed. That's gonna change real quick. That's gonna change real quick.
Yummy.
Can I quickly just fire an arrow in the distance just to say, hey guys, we got company?
Put fire on it.
Alright, and while everyone is rolling initiative, I will say that to get these segments down, someone who is under fire can do something on their turn, like narrate how you want to do it, like I'm going to bolt as far as possible using a dash, and then make an appropriate skill check as I announce. If they manage to beat the Okiti, the number of attacks heading their way will go down. Get it to 0, and you're in the clear.
I guess I forgot to put my token. Good for
well.
me, yay.
I'll take that first one once you...
Thank you. Why is that still not showing up?
I don't know.
Clicked your token before you pressed initiative?
I did.
Oh, then I'm fucking...
I'll just add it.
This
and
one is a
22.
bag of ass, that's
Thank
why.
you.
Shit's fucked, bro.
Just fucked, bro. It's almost as if this is a very complex map or something, bro.
That does make sense. That would explain a few things.
Alright. In the meantime, I guess I'll roll for the characters that are currently engaged and actually are separate from the Okiti Horde, which would be Captain Vincent and Fancy Hat Dan over here.
Yay, fancy hat. Wait, no, not yay, fancy hat Dan. Fuck that.
Fuck Fancy Hat Dan.
I like Fancy Hat Dan.
Fancy Hat
He's my
Dan's
new
the
dad.
greatest character.
He's my new dad. Didn't you know?
Does that mean I have to get my fancy hat out of the
You
closet?
fell asleep while
No,
being
baby.
introduced to your dad and being reunited to your dad? What the fuck, Thav?
That's the worst, Vav.
Nav has a dad?
Apparently.
You found him?
My dad tried to eat me as a child. It's fine.
Son, I will consume.
Well, these guys are definitely going to try and eat us, so this is fair.
That's what Baby Fab sounds like.
Please, Dad, no.
Please, Dad.
Please, Dad.
The accent is just a front to keep his dad from ever finding him again.
Alright. And for various NPCs and layer actions, they go on count 20 losing ties, so that is when the stabbing's gonna happen after Momo's turn. That said, it is currently Malaphane's turn.
God, am I glad that I have a speed of 40. I'm gonna fucking bolt. Let's do
Alright.
that. So that's an 80 dash, so 5, 10. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna fire an arrow off around this direction just to get their attention and say, yo, we got company. Can I do that? I'd like to do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Dashing's a bonus action for Rogue, so you can do that.
Alright, what do I need to do to make this succeed?
If you're aiming to hit nothing, automatic success.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I'm gonna do that.
Alright, Malaphane yelps out as Captain Vincent yells out the order to kill them all, and a bell starts ringing. So, Trevlon and Momo, you're pretty alert now. People are gonna come for you.
Is my rat disguise gonna hold out much, or is that like fucked?
You don't know. Your stealth was 11 the last I checked, so...
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that they're probably gonna notice I don't have a tail and go like, what the fuck? Kill it!
Yeah, murder
No,
spam.
it's not like us. Destroy it.
Alright. Momo, you're up.
Okay, so my flight speed is 60, right?
50.
50.
That's still good.
5-0.
Okay, thank you. Then I'm gonna take that initiative and just, like... That's not what I wanted. Okay.
All right.
Fly
Momo
over there.
quickly flies through the air above the houses, heading in the direction of Malifane. And as you fly, Momo, you hear several of crossbow
boy.
bolts being loaded.
Oh,
Momo,
We gotta
Mal,
get out of here.
and Trevlon, let's see how much damage y'all take.
Oh, yay!
Oh boy.
Oh no. Please.
All right. So, miraculously, the first storm of bolts misses. The second is much luckier. All y'all take 5 piercing damage.
Ooh,
The worst.
Third round. Oh yeah, the third round hits way clearer than the second one. You take 7 piercing damage, all of you.
I'm gonna use my uncanny dodge on that one, so...
Cool, that makes it 4 for you.
Alright.
And then one more round of bolts goes chunk, chunk, chunk against you. Another 7 piercing damage.
oh, goody.
I think Travelon's already at that half point already.
Oh, funny.
Oh boy.
Yeah, y'all need to get that clock down fast.
Yeah, you guys just left him behind, shit.
Meanwhile, over towards the river,
Oh.
you hear a chunk as the boat starts moving downriver. As I drag this thing along the path that I don't think you guys know exactly where the river goes, so that's fun.
I'm just gonna use a reaction to bite into this apple.
What
You
are
already
we
used your reaction this turn.
Fuck, you're right.
Yep.
Well, I did it anyways.
You nervously crunch the apple. Meanwhile, in the house above you, Malifane, that is where you heard of Okiti talking about the horde they had taken. First, it's quiet. I'm gonna have you make a perception check to see if you can hear. Wait, what's going on there?
Okay. Reception it is.
Cool.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Luckily, the Okiti
no.
in here aren't being stealthy. You hear the pitter-patter of a lot of feet and the drawing of short swords. You get the feeling that as soon as I manage to get these stat sheets to the right place, they're going to be rolling initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's fun times with the Rat Boys!
It's fun times.
It's fun times.
It's
good
fun times! In the meantime, while I go about revealing them and rolling their initiative, Trevlon, why don't you go do your thing?
I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna take a dash move. Just use all of it and move 50 feet and get next to Mal. And I'm also gonna do a bonus action.
Cool.
Yes.
Bonus action
Oh,
to
I
what?
cut out.
Yeah.
Bonus action to heal everyone with mass healing word, which does this.
Yay!
Alright.
Yay!
You give a cry
Yay.
of alarm and that inspires everyone somehow, healing everyone for 6 hit points.
Thank you.
In the
Run,
meantime,
we can make it out of here.
you hear crash as some panels on the roof of the house open up. And Okiti leap out, one of them with like a staff at his side glowing with arcane energy. As I... Come on. No, I didn't want to close out of that character sheet. I'm rolling for him. Work with me, roll 20. Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, look at those rat boys. They're so
Roll
cute.
20, please.
Roll 20, please. I need you.
Boys.
20, please.
Roll 20, please.
Boy.
Hello, Mr. Roll 20?
No, this is your laggy waggy.
Get out. Get out.
This is probably the last time I'm going to have Google Chrome be the thing of choice for Roll20. Technically, that turn is passed, so you're good.
Where's the timer? Oh, it's right. It's back there. Never mind.
I'll drag it over in a second.
I was gonna say, I guess we're safe now. No, we're not.
No,
Nah.
we're not.
Dead.
No, you're not. There's more.
We're in danger.
I'm in danger.
Thank you.
And technically
Boy.
that turn is passed. These are some fast MFing rats.
Gee, I imagine it's almost like they have like a high dexterity or something like that. What?
Yeah, that's insane. In the meantime, Thavagath, you hear a bell ringing somewhere to the northeast, and a lot of screaming coming that way.
Screaming. Okay.
Because I'm imagining that Momo, Mal, and Trevlon are not being quiet.
No, I would imagine not. Fucking. Okay. I want to do what Hagath would do. And. Fucking. Let's see. Okay. Gonna go right about here.
Is he gonna get up first?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Slide down.
Isn't that half your movement?
Oh, I fucking.
Why is he
To be
prone?
lying down. Okay.
Why was he lying down?
I just did that because I thought it looked funny. From
Congratulations. That might cost us. Hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, question: are we actually halving my movement speed for that, or nah?
Do you know why Thavagath was lying down? Because if you do...
Yeah, I had him lying down because there was a cart there, and I thought it looked funny if he was relaxing in the cart while everyone investigated Ratman.
You know what?
That was the
I'll
exact
go
reason.
ahead and say that's something Thavagath would do.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, I think I go right here to investigate. I assume since the circles match up, that you can see everything going down.
Yeah, Thavagath, you look over that way, and you see Malifane, Momo, and Treblon running like hell.
Okay, since I've used my action, I've used my action to move, haven't I?
You used your action to dash, I think.
He has 40 movement speed. He's only moved 40 feet.
Yeah, but he also got up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll just use the rest of my turn.
So
to
wouldn't
yell
that
at-
give him a total of 60 for 20 then 40?
You know what? Sure, why not?
Oh yeah, but yeah, I don't think he plans on moving any closer to the Ratman at this point. He's just going to yell to Corellian what he sees. It's just fucking, Ratman, whatever direction this is.
Northeast.
Northeast, thank you. But yeah, that yells that over to Corellian.
Now it's time for Fancy Hat Dan!
Yay!
Fancy Hat Dan.
Alright, Fancy Hat Dan is somewhere in this area. I think you can still see him if he moves into view.
You hope you squint really carefully.
Yeah. Hold on, stop running! I need to know where Fancy Hat Dan is! There he is, right in the dim light!
Yay, dim light.
Here he is.
We kill Fancy Hat Dan, can we have his fancy hat?
You can totally loot Fancy Hat Dan as he dashes in your direction to keep an eye on you.
If this is not his actual name, I will not do anything, but still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Vincent.
No, that ain't Vincent. Vincent's got a different token with his name on it.
Yeah, Vincent's on like the other side of the water.
The tokens are just similar.
Yeah, speaking of Vincent, it's his turn.
Oh, motherfucker.
You hear this deep rumbling noise, and then a sploosh from the water behind you. You don't know what that is, unless it happens to be in view and I reveal it. Who knows? We'll double check.
I don't like the term.
Oh
reveal.
yeah, some of the water in Rosewater stream just gets up, swirling around, and crawls out from the river. That is Captain Vincent's
water?
turn. That was water at some point. Now it is completely stained all sorts of colors water should not be.
What is that?
Bad. I'll just end that sentence right there. That's bad.
It's bad is what it is. Corellian! It is Bad
Right.
Rats time.
It is Bad Rat's time.
Oh,
The
why
first
did you
thing
say
Cause anyway, the first thing Corellian's gonna do is they are going to ping Mosca and be like, get over here and be ready to run as soon as we make it out of this. And then I can't justify leaving people, so I mean, I suppose here we fucking go. That's my 30, and then my second 30 is this a cart in the middle of the... Is that actually there? Is that a cart?
That is part of the map I used to make it, but for all intents and purposes, yeah, it's a cart someone left in the middle of the street.
Okay, yeah, I will continue my dash to about here, and I'll sort of like duck kind of like behind the cart, but yeah, I can't really do too much else this turn.
Cool. All right. So, as you run past, you hear a thump, thump from below your feet, Corellian, as you just run past and onto the bridge. It fades away back a little west of where Thabagath was, and then you hear this deep, monstrous cry. Food! As an angry Odiog bursts out from a sewer grate, looking very hungry. And now it's time to roll for his initiative!
We fucked up.
We did something.
We should not have come here. Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy! Here's Hunky Boy!
We're trapped!
Alright. It is now Malaphane's turn.
Right. So as he's running okay, so yeah, first of all, dash, but as he's running through, he yells, "Where's Rihanna?"
Where we left her.
You left her behind?
Not gonna get killed by her own people.
I don't mean to just, like, scare or anything, but I think she might get killed by that. And Trevlon points at the...
Oh my god! What
yeah,
is
and you're
that?
gonna get killed by the horde behind you. Hurry up!
I'm dashing here, but just as I'm gonna start by moving here. I'm gonna try and shoot an arrow with an apple on it into the Odiog's mouth.
Okay.
As I can
Just
do.
throw it!
I don't have the strength for that, I will remind you.
That's that much I do agree with.
I'm gonna
I think that's
say,
true.
make an animal
Disadvantage.
handling check.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Animal handling. Okay.
Can I provide bardic inspiration to help?
Sure!
I'll give you... my friend, you are in luck, because you're gonna get a D8 with this.
You're too kind. Okay. Animal handling. I don't know if I did this right, and then...
And then roll d8
Plus
to
a
add that to
D8.
your score.
Roll d8.
Cool.
17.
Not bad.
Alright, so the Odia rolled high on insight, but I think it's got like a negative bonus. Oh yeah, this thing's dumb as a sack of hammers. Even if it did have a bonus, it would not be enough to roll above that 17, so it just chomps on the apple, momentarily distracted, and lets you pass. I'm going to say, because that's a distraction against the horde following you, as we go back up to the clock.
Oh.
The clock goes down one tick.
Oh, thank God.
Come on, the clock. Come on.
I'm on the clock.
There we go.
Dong.
Dong. And then, these happy orange boys are gonna be here. They are going to basically, 2 are going to leap off the roof this way, and 2 down by the clock. The clock has enveloped them, oh no!
Oh no!
They
The
are
clock
now the
saved
clock.
us.
They are crushed by the
I
clock.
guess you could say we're saved by the clock.
Alright.
You were so close. You were so close.
So close. Alright. And
So close.
they draw short swords. It looks like they didn't have enough time to prepare actually swinging at you, but they are trying to basically fence you in. Momo,
Oh.
your turn.
Oh, I don't know what I need. I don't know what I should do. I want to try and carry, like, pick Thav up and then, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I would. I mean, Trevlon. You know what I mean? I get the mixed up.
Oh yeah, that's so.
God help you if you manage to pick Thav up. If you try to pick Thav up.
Okay.
You can drag someone. You can drag someone, and that is half of your movement. Your movement is half for every square you drag them.
Frick, my frick. Okay. I'll pay you back. What do I?
Just go. It's fine. I got.
That does not sound fine.
Yeah, it's fine, Trevlon calls, as Momo quickly retreats over to the bridge with his companions.
What do you mean it's fine?
I have a
Curly
plan.
looks fucking pissed.
Alright. And then the rats get closer, and a storm of flying daggers goes sailing through the air and starts striking all of our heroes, because now Thavagath and Corellian are in the danger zone. Alright. So, first dagger strike, luckily misses. Second dagger strike. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Daggers enter everyone's backs for 6 piercing damage.
Would I be able to roll Bardic Inspiration to use cutting words to possibly make that possibly stop happening?
It would,
then again, I've already used Bardic Inspiration.
You've already used Bardic Inspiration this turn.
That's fair. That's fine.
So did everyone take damage in that one?
Everyone takes damage in that one.
-6.
Yeah. And then another -4, because more daggers hit. They don't dig themselves into the shoulder, but they do glance across you, and it stings.
Oof.
Alright. It is now the Okiti Warlock's turn. Alright. The Okiti Warlock is going to look down at Trevlon, yell something in Okiti, a language you do not speak, Trevlon.
Uh-oh.
And then it's going to plant its staff on the ground, and several shadowy octopus-like tentacles burst out of its body and go wrap themselves around 2 of its mates and also you. Trevlon, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Dispel. Great.
That's not good.
That's not good. So, good news is, the mercenary that was behind you directly, Trevlon, also gets wrapped up in the tendrils. The bad news is, so are you. You are now restrained by black tentacles.
Oh, piss.
Oh my god!
Okay, this isn't good.
That's a fun time.
Trevlon looks visibly unsettled.
Until the end of this Warlock's next turn, unfortunately. So you can't move, you can still take actions, though.
Is there a way I can struggle or break free, or is this thing, like, it's locked?
It is locked until the end of Warlock's next turn.
Okay, well, in that case, Trevlon, seeming a little bit desperate and lost, firstly, pulls out his pipes of haunting and just blows into them as hard as he can to try and spook everybody in his radius, with the exception, of course, of his friend.
Alright. Let's see, that is a charisma saving throw, right?
I believe so. Gosh, 1 minute, I'll see if I can make it easier to see.
It's all good.
That's not making this easy, I will say. Gosh, hell. Okay, right. Proficient with the instrument, yep. 3 charges. Produce it, come every day. D15 wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom.
Or they are scared, basically.
Cool. Rolling from left to right with these rat boys. First one made the save. Oh, wait, sorry, no. His bonus is 0. He failed the save.
Excellent.
Second one failed the save. Warlock, made the save.
I figured that much.
Other restrained boy made the save, so he's just flailing around going, ah, ah, ah! His buddy made a natural 20, so he just looks at his buddy, dope slaps him. Alright, so you did manage to scare 2 of them, and I'm going to roll a general one to see if you scared any of the horde that's totally there, just not represented by tokens.
Excellent. I will also roll healing word on 2, I think, to heal myself as much as.
Cool. 5. You're healed by 5 points.
Hooray!
All right. So, you've managed to frighten these 2. The one behind you is restrained and also frightened. His buddy just doesn't give a shit. Like, oh, whatever. Pipes a haunting. We get those all the time back home. It's fine.
Reminds me of mother.
Okay. Thabagath. Trevlon is all tied up.
Yeah, he is. Alright, fucking...
There's also no OT, no idea.
Also, there's that boy.
Well, I mean, he's kind of distracted at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah.
He let you pass,
he's
Malifane.
He's a hungry boy that wants to eat. He's not really a huge concern right at this exact moment in time. Fucking... ooh, yes, I do have a crossbow now. So, I'm gonna mosey on my ass up all the way over here. And from this vantage point, which of these beasties can I hit in order to free Trevlon?
Okay, heavy crossbow, yes?
Yes.
Cool. Let me double check the range, because I'm pretty sure that most of them have, the 2 that are frightened have cover, but if the range is at least 80 feet, you can easily hit the other 3, the ones that are behind.
It's 100, 400.
Oh yeah, no problem. You can definitely hit the warlock or the mercenaries.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit the warlock twice, which is I believe I can do that with extra attack, can't I? Still, let's go on to the heavy crossbow just because I need to reload.
You need to reload, so if you reload, you can fire with it twice.
Okay, cool. That just means I won't be reloaded for the next turn, doesn't it?
Yep.
Cool. Then yeah, I'll just do that. Both at the the first one at least at the thing for
cool.
2.
Both of those hit. Alright, you fire off a volley of bolts. The first one is a glancing blow because you're still getting used to this crossbow, but the second one hits home, and the warlock, as he's chanting, his eyes black and tentacles flailing everywhere, goes, bah! And is hit. He needs to make a concentration check to maintain the tentacles. He did not maintain the tentacles.
Yes.
Trevlon, you're free.
Excellent.
Whoop, whoop.
Alright, it's time for Fancy Hat Dan! Alright, Fancy Hat Dan is going to mosey on over here and get stabby. Pulls out a rapier.
Please don't.
Big stab.
Alright, so his first attack with the rapier is a miss as Trevlon, you land on the ground being like, oh, I'm alive! Ah! And duck! Alright. The second rapier attack is a hit.
Damn.
He catches you in the side with a quick glancing blow, and you take 7 piercing damage.
Jeez.
And then, on his backswing, he draws a dagger from his back and uses the momentum to try and attack you with that, too.
Oh, come on.
That is... That is also a hit. Daggers do less damage than rapiers, thankfully. You take only 4 piercing damage. It's another glancing blow.
4 when in this instance is actually kind of a lot. I'm scared.
It is! Because, wait, on a scale of 1 to 38, that's a 9!
It's not looking good for poor Travelon.
It's not.
Oh, Mr. Bluequill, why?
And now it's Hunky Boy's turn.
I'm going to destroy him.
Alright. Hungy Boy is going to look around at the chaos. It's already finished with the apple because that was a really quick bite. Sees that Corellian is closest and is going to go, food, lumbering over to him. And it is going to lash out with some tentacles. That is a miss.
That is not tentacle.
That is also a miss. And then it's gonna try and bite.
No.
The bite is a hit. You are caught by a huge ravenous maw in the back, Corellian. And you take 18 piercing damage.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Dear God.
Alright.
Jesus.
You hear some sloshing coming from the northeast. It's not a fun day for any of you. That is Captain Vincent's turn, because he is directing the sludge. And then Corellian.
Alright, I am going to turn my attention to the Otiug for now, and I am going to say flee.
Alright, let's see if the Odio can make a wisdom saving throw. It rolled a 16.
Alright, in that case, it didn't quite work.
You turn around and tell the Odio to flee, and you hear back, no.
Yeah, I can't really... Wait, hold on, just one minute. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do this turn, actually. Yeah.
Alright.
What about move?
Not without taking an attack of opportunity.
Oh, right. Sugar. You're right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn, this is going great. Malphane. Hold on.
As before. Oh yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, Walrus.
Shall I just? Okay, thank you. Before Trevlon sees that Krellin is getting kicked to shit by the Otiug, notices that Malphane is by the corner, points a message to where he thinks Malphane is, sends this: Malphane, tell the Otiug the biggest meal of its life is north. I want to make that thing the ship. Full disclosure.
Oh, I see. Alright, I'm gonna do my best.
It's a huge, yummy snack, so...
I'm gonna assume that this happens after what I'm about to do, which is like, just checking on Yana real quickly. It's just like, are you okay? How are you faring?
Rihanna is just kind of huddled in a corner, wide-eyed, shivering. She's not looking so hot.
Oh no!
Hey. Just sit tight. We're gonna take care of this, and we're gonna be right back with you. Promise. Just stay here.
Rihanna slowly nods, and it's a very, very shaky nod, because she's a very, very shaky girl.
I love her so much!
Alright, so I'm gonna dash back over here. Actually, just out of curiosity, this isn't this... I'm just making a general, case of curiosity, but this isn't the same one that we found in the sewers, is it?
You don't know any other Odiogs, and you're not sure how to tell them apart.
Fair enough. Okay. Wow. Alright, so I'm just gonna shout to him, "Hey, buddy! If you're looking for a real feast, I think there's a ship up north! Why don't you find something over there?"
Make an animal handling check.
Oh boy.
Oh god, please.
Don't you still have a D8?
Can I?
I
Bardic
used
Inspiration immediately.
do not.
Get a D8 with this, buddy.
Oh!
It doesn't matter. You don't need to use that D8, because it rolled a 7. And it's like, food? And starts looking south and realizes that's not north. Looks the other way. Food?
I'm going to fire an arrow in the direction of the ship, then.
Okay.
Not really hitting anything. Just to point him in the right direction.
The other guy does seem to be able to follow where the arrow's going, and looks into the water. Alright.
Just follow that way, big guy.
Food!
And then I
please.
will just use the remainder of my movement just to move back towards Corellian. So, how much movement did I use? I think I just used like 15, so 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Alright.
Cool. It is now the orange-furred mercenaries' turn. Most of them are gonna flee. Most of them are gonna be like, nope,
Ooh.
and get right the fuck out. Which causes enough chaos that clock's gonna go down.
Yay!
The clock is slowly losing power. Da-da-da-da-da. Come on, choose side, and then drag it down to half.
Nice. Sick.
Sick. Alright. The one that wasn't frightened sees it's no longer restrained, but dope-slapped Buddy, fleeing for all its might, and roll his eyes very, very dramatically. Then he's going to head up by Fancy Hat Dan, and guess what, Chevlon?
Yeah.
He's got pack tactics.
Oh,
fuck.
I
no.
hate everything, and I'll kill everyone in this room and then myself.
No.
Alright, so luckily, his first short sword attack rolled 3 for both rolls.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
The second one, however, is a hit.
Oh.
So, did that last Bardic Inspiration apply? Did I use that?
I'm going to say you didn't use it because he rolled a 20 and he didn't need it. I'm going to be nice because this is a very mean encounter.
Right, cutting words. A minus a D8.
Okay. Roll D8.
That's 5.
Not enough.
Damn.
Okay. And, empowered by Fancy Hat Dan being his buddy over on the other end, the Okiti drives his short sword into you, dealing extra damage than it normally would.
Don't be more than 9.
It's 8.
Baby.
Oi. Ugh.
Oy vey!
Oi, baby!
Momo, you know what to do next turn.
Momo's almost dead.
Momo, use Fireball.
Fuck you!
Fireball on him!
We've already lost.
Please don't.
We've already
Hey,
lost him.
as
Already
a
lost
person
him,
who
guys.
would be killed,
He's already dead, guys. It's just roast him all.
if
No.
I'll kill you in real life. I don't.
Healing word is a ranged attack, right?
Yes, do you have mass healing word? Because that'll heal everyone.
I do have mass healing word!
Yes!
I'm gonna throw that out to everyone! Yes, Cassie, you freaking bungalow bean! Fuck!
That was very good. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's
I did not mean
Spiritual weapon!
You heal everyone by throwing spiritual weapons at them. Everyone,
to defend yourself!
everyone heals 7 hit points as Momo shouts out a holy word of inspiration.
That word is spiritual weapon.
The word is spiritual weapon, spiritual weapon, spiritual weapon.
Race!
And what are you gonna do with the rest of your turn, Momo?
Can I use spiritual weapon to try and hit Fancy Hat Dan?
You already casted a spell this turn, unless it's a cantrip, which it's not. You can't cast spiritual weapon.
Let me see what useful cantrips I have.
Okay, you have a whole action, because Mass Healing Word's a bonus action.
That's fair. I want to use Toll the... I don't think Toll the Dead is,
Yeah, they ain't dead.
Yeah.
They ain't dead. They ain't even hurt. I mean, well, actually, no. The warlock's hurt.
Can I use Toll the Dead on the warlock?
Go for it.
I'm sure the trigger is dead on the inside.
Alright. He failed that saving throw. And this deep, dissonant bong rings through the air as, like, necrotic energy out of nowhere just hits the warlock somehow. You're not sure how. And, he is injured.
That only rolled a 1d12. It should be a 2d12. I'll fix that.
Cool, I'll just add those two results together. Alright.
Sounds good.
The warlock looks at the fact that it's injured, looks at the fact that a million of its buddies are already doing their work, and says fuck this and goes back inside.
Yes.
Nice choice, buddy.
An actual mood.
Actual mood. There he go. He went.
Bye-bye.
Meanwhile, because I keep forgetting to do this, the ship keeps on a-moving.
Where it be?
Where it be? It be pretty close.
North.
Aha!
Yeah, y'all can see it now.
Oh, it's coming to
hey.
us. I thought it was leaving.
Oh, hey, look, it's lunch.
Yeah. And those of you who didn't before now see the big old black-furred minotaur that you fought in Demdor. And also a woman who is covered in brass and copper plating, which, because this is an awesome design, I'm going to show again.
Hell
Yes.
yeah, fucking
Hey, uprising.
Literally.
what are you doing? We're like Thor Strain. Fucking metal.
Fucking.
I see you've chosen hard mode in the final. I see you've chosen hard mode in the Fallen Empire's dating sim.
Do you choose to fuck the robot?
Fucking metal.
Fucking metal.
Nice. Alright.
Alright. Then that is Trevlon's turn.
Okay, Trevlon would firstly like to disengage.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of this guy's line of sight.
Yeah.
And then
That's a good choice.
and then move next to Thav. And once he does so, he would like to do Mass Healing Word once more.
Cool.
Get that Mass Healing Word.
Thank you. Ah, sweet.
Very nice.
Nice.
I'm up to full. Forgot to add
Alright.
the Mass
That's
Healing
another
Word.
7 points of healing, which is perfect timing, because you know what I forgot to do? It's dagger time!
Yummy.
First dagger misses!
Nice.
Second dagger is a hit, though.
No,
Of course.
Uh,
It's like a friend with it now.
yep.
it's the only one left.
The guys who shoot first are always the worst, like they're the Stormtrooper Squadron or something. Alright, that is 6 piercing damage to everyone.
Fuck!
I'll take Uncanny Dodge on 43.
Cool. And I'm just going to double check if this other thing I have prepared can make it. Not quite.
Yes.
Babagath, it is your turn.
Dad, point the ogle toward the ship.
Sorry, say that
We
again.
already did.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh yeah,
you-
I know, but the way what you said was funny. Please say
I'm
it
not.
again.
No, I'm not humiliating myself for your pleasure.
Also, we already pointed the audio towards the ship.
That's
Yeah.
Ogio.
Yeah, but he is still currently on the fucking
On the
boat,
bridge.
So I would
Yet.
the bridge. So I'd assume trying to get past it would provoke an attack of opportunity.
It would undistract it, but you would not take an attack of opportunity if you ran past it. You'd need to refocus it again.
No. Okay.
Swimming is never a bad option.
It is when this thing.
It is when the water looks like this, Malifane!
Fair. That first of all, that's Scott speaking. If you're gonna make fun of anybody, poke fun at me. Second of all, shut up.
Okay.
Poke's fun.
Okay, I've been thinking about this the last turn. How much of a bad move would it be for Thabagath to try and shot put poor little Trevlon over the bridge to Malifane?
Oh my god.
You'd have to make an athletics check to do it. Also, it would undistract the Odiug.
Oh.
Don't do it, mate.
You could also try a harder one to just go straight across the river if you're willing to risk that.
Not worth it.
Do not.
I will resist.
Fuck. Okay, then that goes all of my plans, because I was planning... I was assuming that the Odiug would have fucked off the bridge by now.
It's turn us.
What you can do is try to shove it, which would get it off the bridge.
Ooh.
Do it.
Right.
Do it.
Okay. So let me just do some quick maths here real quick. Okay. I'm
I
gonna...
hate that your arrow first just went to Momo. Should I be concerned?
Okay, so carrying someone halves my speed, right?
Yes.
Then in that case, I'm gonna carry Trevlon to here, which is 10 feet out of my available 40, making it 20 feet.
Okay.
Making 20 feet left. I'm gonna drop him just so he's at least close to Momo, a bit closer to Momo. I don't want to remember poor boy again. And I'm gonna use my remaining 20 to wait, hold on. 20 from there specifically. Yeah. I'm gonna use my remaining 20 to get behind this smelly bastard and shove him off the bridge in the direction of the boat.
All right, make an athletics check.
Athletics.
Oh, baby, please. Ooh!
The Odiug just barely did not beat that.
Ooh. Oh.
So with a mighty push, you shove the Odiug closer to the boat, getting its front feet off. Actually, I think front foot, because it's three-legged. Its front foot goes off the bridge, and it loses balance and tumps into the drink. Let me see if it's actually subject to, oh yeah, no, it's not immune to poison and disease. That's not a fun time for the Odiug.
Oh no. The poor thing.
I almost feel bad.
Almost.
I do feel bad. Not Mel. I personally feel bad.
Cool. Great, I'm so glad you feel bad, but now it's time for Fancy Hat Dan!
Fancy Hat Dan.
Fancy Hat Dan is here to ruin the day. Alright. Fancy Hat Dan, where are you? You are...
I see him.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there. Yeah, I see him now. He's got a speed of 30, so 1, 2, 3. And then 4, 5, 6. He's gonna go hog wild on the squishies.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Alright, so.
Stop! Don't touch me there, you smelly bastard.
Don't touch me!
Don't touch me! Alright, so Fancy Hat Dan is going to first try and stab Trevlon. That is...
Oh, of course.
What's your AC, Trevlon?
12.
That's a hit!
Jesus.
You want to use cutting words, or are you out?
I used Wording Inspiration for this turn, didn't I?
Oh, shit. Well, I guess
I used cutting words originally.
I guess you get hit then.
I failed. How much?
6 piercing damage. Then he's gonna spin and go for Momo. Oh, that is definitely a hit.
Oh no.
For 11 piercing damage.
Holy shit!
And then gonna spin back around with his dagger to try and finish off Trevlon.
No.
That's a hit.
No.
5
One,
piercing
please.
damage.
I'm out. I'm done.
Trevlon is down.
Fuck, I can't believe we need to get ourselves a new halfling.
Oh, fuck.
Not in my watch.
Don't say that.
Alright. Fancy Hat Dan laughs and is calling his buddies over in Okiti. Meanwhile, the Odeog...
Is there anything I can do while he's turned around? Can I take an attack of opportunity?
No.
No, he needs to move out. He needs to move out of your radius to do that.
Meanwhile, the Odeog is going to try and swim up to the boat. Godspeed, you creepy little bastard. And there's more sloshing as the river draws closer. Not that much closer, it's pretty slow. It's backed by the one mercenary who did not flee. Which is not in this black screen, it is... Actually, yeah, it's in the blackness now. Y'all are far enough away that you can't really see where the water is.
Okay.
Okay. Corellian.
Alright, first off, Corellian is going to rush forward and then, with an action, use Lay on Hands on Treblon for, say about 15. Yeah.
Cool. Running forward and immediately laying your hands down on Treblon, you channel divine energy and basically shock him back to life.
Oh god! Oh, okay. Am I alive? Yes. Oh, that was death. Oh, that sucks.
Get up,
Let's
you
not do that again.
idiot, and run,
Let's-
please! And Corellian is going to use their bonus action to hit Treblon with a Shield of Faith.
Cool. Alright.
And, that's basically their turn.
Cool. Shimmering light surrounds Treblon, making him harder to hit. Malifane!
Right. Okay. What to do here? Oh god. Actually, I have a thought, but I don't know how well this is going to work.
Lay it on me.
I have a plan.
You ever see the classic Green Arrow comics or cartoons with the boxing glove arrow?
The boxing glove arrow!
I like where this is going.
I like this too. I want to stick an apple on one of my arrows and try and just push back Fancy Hat Man just a little bit to just get him to fuck away.
Why not just shoot him with an arrow?
Yeah. Because that does damage and that's not as fun.
How about
Malifane, I swear I will come over there and do damage to you, my goddamn self!
Get the man, or
Scott is going through with this.
I will rip off your leg, Malifane.
Before you do, because the apple is pretty small of an impact point, even if it hits, the Okiti's going to have advantage on not being pushed back.
So what does this mean?
So it means you'd have disadvantage on the roll to hit the Okiti, and then he'd have advantage on the roll to not get pushed. Which means it's going to be hard to pull that off.
And just know that if you do go along with this plan instead of just shooting the man, Favagath will punch Malifane for serious in real life.
Plan B. I still have another thing of cinnamon. Can I just blind the bastard?
Yeah, that makes way more sense. Go for it.
Yeah, let's do that. It's still a disadvantage, though, right?
Still disadvantage, because you're tying things to arrows that weigh him down.
Alright. Here we go.
Oh my god!
That is still a hit. You, while the Okiti turns and yells out to his friends, you manage to strike him with the blunted arrow, thanks to it being stuck in cinnamon, that bursts the bag open and gets all in his eyes, and you hear the Okiti version of motherfucker as he tries wiping it off.
Lastly, I'm going to use Master of Tactics for Momo, and then just yell, "What are you guys doing? Get out! Get over here!"
Alright. It is the mercenary's turn. The others are far enough out of range that I don't think they'll be a factor. The one that was not frightened is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is about as far as he can go, actually. but he does pull out a dart and is going to chuck that towards Trevlon, not seeing the Shield of Faith. That is a hit even with the Shield of Faith.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
what do they have against halflings?
Probably just me specifically.
Probably just Trevlon specifically, yeah. That is 7 piercing damage, Trevlon.
Jesus.
Not dead. That's the important thing.
Alright. Momo, you're up.
What would you guys think if I used Fireball on the ship?
It depends if it was lethal
The ship
or
is
not.
distracting the lot of you. Please just disengage and run.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Please.
Okay. I disengage and run.
Alright.
He disengaged
fly-
and ran.
Or
About
fly,
50
whatever.
I fly about 50 feet.
Zoom! You're pretty safely out of range now. But it's still dagger time!
Oh boy. Wait, how much is on the clock?
2.
Okay.
The first dagger... Guys, applaud. The first dagger attack actually hit something.
Yay, Stormtroopers! You did it this time! I'm
But also
proud of
maybe-
you, and
maybe
also
I should-
fuck you.
Yeah, I might die.
I also might die! I only have 7 hit points!
That is 6 piercing damage.
Oh.
Oh.
7, did you say?
6.
6.
Ooh.
I am this close to being dead.
Alright.
Spicy.
This close.
And then, the second dagger hits, unless I think you haven't used Bardic Inspiration this turn, Trevlon.
I haven't. Trevlon screams out some very foul language to try and just disorientate and weird out the people that are trying to shoot.
Motherfucker, we are going to die.
Oh, motherfuck, really?
Alright.
No, never mind.
That's not enough.
Yeah, I figured.
That is 7 piercing damage.
I'm gone.
Me too.
Whomp, whomp. As Momo flies away, a dagger strikes him in the back and he whomp goes sailing down the alleyway. Let me actually double check where he is, because if that's the case, this is enough to get Rihanna to do something, because she also technically acts on a 20. Rihanna is going to dash around the building,
Oh no.
grab Momo, and drag him away.
I want to take care of her forever.
Yep. Don't care what either Corellian or Thab say, we're taking this one.
Yes.
It's ours now.
Actually, she could probably go somewhere else. Let me just get Rihanna and Momo back. Yeah, Rihanna's not that fast. She is an Okiti. They have slow speed. That is...
He have slow speed? What?
Yeah. Most Okiti have a speed of 25.
Oh, because they're small.
That's like
yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
like a Trevlon speed.
They
We
have
can
tiny
break
mouse
them in
speed.
height, not in speed.
Alright. Trevlon, make a death saving throw.
A death oh yeah, this is a thing that has to happen. Alright.
Yeah, we're dead.
We're dying.
Dying.
That is 1 success. Thavagath!
Not losing my halfling today.
Okie dokie.
Avagath, please.
You got this.
Yeah, I know. Gonna smoosh his boosh all the way over here, and using, you guessed it, this sexy bad boy over here is gonna try and literally slash this cunt in half.
That wasn't what I had
The
in
second
mind.
one hits.
I know. Yay.
Alright.
He's blinded, though.
Actually, wait. You're right. He is blinded. You have advantage, so you can roll again. That's a hit.
Jesus.
Cool. You do not manage to slice him in half, but taking advantage of the fact that the Okiti's got cinnamon in his eyes, you just whack away at him with Spider's Edge. He is still standing. Meanwhile, you hear the boat go and grind to a halt, but then you hear a hissing sound, It looks like Ecto Strain has stepped forward and is holding an arm out that looks to be surrounded by some kind of cloud of acid.
Oh, yummy.
Oh, that's not Cabal.
That ain't Cabal. The Okiti flails around wildly because he's blinded. That is a miss. He's got 3 attacks this turn, though, so... that is a hit, managing to strike Thabagath for... 7 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then his dagger... His dagger is also a miss. And then he manages to shake the cinnamon off and be like, "Oh, you motherfuckers." The Oryug is howling in pain and being covered in acid. That
Sucks to suck.
Yep. It's trying to bite the boat. Looks to be a losing battle. And
I
then
feel bad.
you hear more sloshing as the very slow, spooky water comes closer and closer. Then
Okay.
it is Corellian's turn.
In a blind panic, Krellian uses the last 15 of their lay on hands on Trevlon as their action.
Alright, once more you get Trevlon the hell up.
Alright,
Oh god.
I am going to... Damn it. I will... You know what? I will try and chance it, and I will, try and drag Trevlon away, and I will take the attack of opportunity so
Okay.
that I can make it 15 feet if, I'm alive.
You might not be.
Oh my god!
Don't mess with Fancy Hat Dan! Da-da-da-da-da. That wasn't really a roll. That fell off the table. 6 piercing damage!
Okay,
Okay,
So-
you're still alive!
basically, Corellian screams out in pain, drags Trevlon along with them, and then, in a panic, pings Mosca again. Please, where are you?
I'm coming! You left me back at the place! It's really hard to get through these streets! It takes like a couple hours at most!
Shit.
Yep. Malafane!
That's all I can do.
Oh god. I have like one of these unknown vials left. Please tell me that this is like some sort of healing or restoration or something. Medicine?
Alright, make another medicine check, because you know the one that you're very, very sure is a potion of healing.
Oh!
Alright. So turns out the one that you thought was a potion of healing is actually probably blood and ink mixed together, and you definitely shouldn't drink it. But there is one that is actually a potion of healing, so I can see where the confusion lies. Yes, you do have a potion of healing in there.
Oh, thank fuck. Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
Throw it!
So, yeah, I'm gonna pull a Minecraft on this shit and just throw the potion to Corellian. Cause, yeah, gonna do that then. Take it!
Make an athletics check!
This is gonna suck!
Oh, please!
Why didn't I just run it
Oh,
over?
merciful Lord,
Why didn't
please!
you
Why
just
didn't
run
you
it
just run it over? You can dash!
Do I still have the opportunity?
Yeah, you can dash as a bonus action and easily get over
Fuck
there
it.
and back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There! Oh, fuck!
Cool, I presume you use your action to let me imbibe the healing potion.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
That is 2d4 plus 2 hit points back as Corellian chugs the healing potion.
Alright, I will roll that then. good enough.
That is 6 total, because there's a +2.
So I
Got
have
it.
used the remaining of my action to dash, so with 15, that's going to be 30 speed.
No, your speed is 40 because you've got that enchanted thing.
I thought I used some speed to get over here.
You used 15 speed before dashing, so... Yeah.
Oh, you're right. So I have what then? I have
40.
40. Oh, I still have 4. Okay. 30, 35, 40. Okay. Yeah. That's my move. Oh, fuck. That could have been bad.
I think you can actually get over to right by Momo.
Oh. Well, let's do that then.
Yay!
Cool.
Jesus.
Alright. It's time for Orangey to go charge up to Thavagath. And,
Orangey, I will rip you in half.
You
Bear in
won't...
mind, I'm not as squishy. It's all good.
Yeah. Thavagath is not squishy. He'll be fine, hopefully. Alright. So, as he charges, he is going to have Pack Tactics boost him to make short sword attacks. That one is a hit for 10 piercing damage. That was also a hit. Oof. For 16 piercing damage.
Jesus.
Yummy.
And then it's got another bonus ability where if it charges at someone, it has a bonus action to toss a dart at a target, and it's going to go for Trevlon.
Oh, boy!
That's a miss, though, because Thavagath's a big boy and just kind of slaps it out of the way.
Holy fuck.
Momo, make a death saving throw.
Ah, you're right, I forgot I had to do that. I was too distracted by other death.
That is a success. You are fine for
I'm
now.
not dead yet, folks.
Alright. The daggers are focused now only on Trevlon, Corellian, and Thavagath, since they're all in that one area. Mal and Momo are around the corner and in cover, basically.
Woo!
The first one hits for 6 piercing damage.
Fuck.
Second one is a miss.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's a miss because they're refocusing their fire and it's harder to get them, so just barely the Storm of Daggers misses. Meanwhile, there's one more cry of pain as the Odia sinks below the water. And you start hearing a chunk, 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 chunk on the bridge you're on.
That is a shame.
Okay.
You need to run.
Yeah, you don't think what we've been trying to do for the past. Sorry, you're unconscious. You didn't actually say that.
And from around the corner, you hear someone going, "Ah, crap, 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 crap," and you see Remeg dashing past you, pointedly not going onto the bridge. Actually, let me scroll over to him. There's the boy. And dashing past the bridge over towards Momo and Melifane.
Yeah, Trevlon is also gonna yell that.
Remeg goes, "I'm so sorry. I can't disobey the captain, which means I have to stop you, unless you were to use some sort of violent force and stop me back."
Mal looks to Trevlon.
Right now, Remeg is not actually making a move to punch you, but he is making a very, very dramatic pose.
You're not moving.
How silly does he look, out of curiosity, just for flavor text?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Insight.
He looks a little bit silly, just based on the fact that he is a tiny rat that knows kung fu, but you get the feeling he is putting on a show, does not want to hurt you, and is trying to say, hey, attack me so that I don't have to hit you. In the meantime, it is Trevlon's turn.
Firstly,
Don't
just take
kill
Aurelia
me,
and
just run, please.
Just take it.
I can.
Get the fuck out
I
of
won't
here.
let this happen again. I don't care. Just fucking run.
Drag Corellian if you can.
Yep, will do. Trevlon hoists Corellian over his shoulder and tries to dash 25 feet that way, basically.
Got it. You
And whilst he does this, he, despite the fact that Corellian's like, no, don't heal me. Corellian, Trevlon, that's the healing word. In fact, make it mass healing word.
All right.
Hey.
Momo, you are basically shocked back to life as Trevlon shouts out some of the last of his inspiring healing words for the day. You are in an alley being looked over by Rihanna. Remig is there making a big old kung fu pose, but not looking like he wants to fight. Everyone else
What happened?
healed for 5 hit points, and it is Savagast's turn.
Kill him!
Not to
Cool.
metagame or anything, but Savagath, you're a
Don't worry.
barbarian.
Oh, motherfucker. I keep
Rage,
forgetting.
please!
Fucking
I keep forgetting
rage!
rage. This is my
This
bad.
feels very familiar.
Hold on, I know what to do. You're a big smelly willy. Get angry.
Fuck, I'm angry. However, I did have a plan that does probably not affect rage whatsoever. I'm going to use this cold alchemical fire that I still got, and I'm going to throw it in the ground just in front of me, and then try to dash the fuck away. I don't care how inspiring many fucking... What?
You can either take the dash action, or you can throw the thing.
Ah, okay. I really want to cut off what's the accessibility to this bridge by throwing the alchemical fire at the border.
I mean, still have 40 movement without the dash action.
Yeah. So wait, I'd still be able to move if I throw the thingy.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'll throw the alchemical fire right in front of me and move. Fuck the button. Mother. Yeah, I'll just move all the way over here.
Alright, you will be taking some attacks of
throw the
opportunity.
Yeah, effective that in, and throw the alchemical fire here, cutting off everyone else from getting onto the bridge without burning themselves.
Cool. Alright, so that is Fancy Hat Dan manages to get a hit in, but you are raging, so this is going to deal half damage. I'll factor that in.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Fancy Hat Dan just got a glancing blow. You only take 3 damage.
Nice.
Then his buddy also hits you. And that is 6 piercing damage. Meanwhile, I will pull up the thing for the additional alchemy, the cold alchemical fire. As you toss it to the ground, you can make it against a creature or an object. It is not the Rat King's alchemical fire. It doesn't leave an area. Choose one of these guys to hit.
Oh, right, okay. In that case, I'll get Fancy Hat Dan.
Cool. All right.
Right on his fancy hat.
Make a strength check. That's gonna hit him. You break the thing against Fancy Hat Dan, and it erupts in what look like blue flames, but you don't find any heat coming from them. In fact, they are very, very cold. Fancy Hat Dan is going to take 8 damage, and then more damage at the start of his turn.
Nice.
You killed Fancy Hat Dan! You just barely managed to kill Fancy Hat Dan! As his body just erupts into flames.
Goodbye, Fancy Hat Dan. We hardly knew ye.
I will be back for that fancy hat.
You sons of bitches.
Alright. As you say you'll be
Blow it
back
up.
for that fancy hat, the bridge you just ran off, I don't have map assets for it, so just imagine it splits in two and starts raising up like a drawbridge with a clunk, 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 clunk.
So on that front, you're safe, and you take a deep breath. But then you hear screaming, and there's another horde that is quickly approaching from the north.
Oh, god damn it.
Yummy.
All right. Corellian!
Just go, mate. It's fine. Just
Corellian.
No.
You don't.
Krellian
no,
is
look,
going
he's-
to
oh, yeah.
dash with Trevlon, so that will make it 30 feet. A second.
bump into Remeg at the same time.
No, I was gonna say, if I can just have this, it's just like, yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I basically shove past Remeg as I do this.
He very dramatically stumbles backward from the sheer force of your blow, knocking into one of the barrels, and then as he tries to rebalance himself, tosses them forward, past Thabagath, and they burst with a into pools of acid behind Thabagath, blocking that way. Remeg's like,
Nice.
oops, and shrugs.
I love him.
Alright, I will say that with that, if you run, you will only take one dagger attack, and then you will be able to make it the fuck out. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. That is a dagger attack that hits. 5 piercing damage. Is anyone down?
No.
Momo is! Fuck!
Oh no.
Wait, hold on. If I dash, no, dashing doubles what you.
Dashing
move,
doubles
right?
your speed.
In that case, considering that, I'll just dash in my next turn, picking Momo up, halving it, meaning that I still use my whole 40, and we get the fuck out of here.
Please
Sound
get
good?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Rihanna will
Sure.
happily follow if you yell at her enough.
Yeah.
As they
please
pass,
go with
I'm
us.
just gonna slap Momo with one. No, I'm out.
You
Never
can't.
Trevlon yells at
I
Momo
have
to
a-
get
I
up
can
with
hit
healing
him with
word.
cure wounds. Never mind. That's fine.
I have a stabilizer. I have the fucking.
I slap him with cure wounds.
We got this.
Everyone fights over
Not
who gets to
actually
heal
slap.
Momo.
For how much?
9 points of damage!
Yay!
There you go.
Momo, you come to, being held in Thav's arms, as you all are booking it as fast as you can out of the slums. The clink, clank, and of various weapons going your way slowly fades until you can hear only the shouting and screaming of several Okiti. Where are you running to?
Goldtooth, if you want help, go to him now.
Yeah.
Any disagreements?
Not at all.
Rihanna.
Off we go to the official district, I guess. Fuck.
Tiny rat, Okiti, follow us, please.
Okay, says Rihanna, slowly following behind you. As you run through the slums, as you get over to the market district, Muska manages to catch up, finally.
Oh, thank God. Who is the most hurt? That would be.
That would
Momo
be you.
And Trevlon.
Probably be either you or.
I don't care. That would be Momo and Trevlon.
You have
Would Mosca
one
be able
hit
to-
point, Corellian!
Would Mosca
Get the
be able
fuck
to
on the
carry
stove!
them both?
Alright. Ignoring your own wounds, you hoist, Momo, was it, I think?
Yeah.
Either Momo or Trevlon, whoever's the most hurt, or
Get-
both, if Mosca can carry both.
No, you get on
I
that
said-
bloody...
No. Not.
Proportionately, Momo has less hit points, and Trevlon... less max hit points,
I have
rather, and
more.
Trevlon is more hurt, percentage-wise.
Percentage-wise, then Trevlon will go up.
Alright. Muska joins you in running as fast and as far as you can over into the official district. As you
Oh
run...
yeah, it helps.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was about to say it helps that Trevlon's also the slowest, so.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Besides
Can I try and
Rihanna.
cast Cure Wounds on Corellian while we're moving?
Cool, yeah. You heal each other while on the move, dashing through the market, dashing through the docks over to the official district, covered in blood, most of it your own, and eventually you manage to run over to the jailhouse.
We need go to.
The half-orc
Where
woman,
is
as
it?
you burst through the door, looks, "What the fuck happened to you?"
long story short, the alchemist that you're wanting, they're and a bunch of Okiti.
Crowley just
Rosewater.
points at the wanted poster where Ecthrois is labeled her.
In the slums. Where? How long ago?
Like
Rosewater.
minutes ago in
It was
Rosewater.
definitely not minutes. It takes a couple hours to cross from the slums over to the official district.
A few hours ago.
Got it.
Rosewater.
Damn it. We'll send some people over, see what we can find. In the meantime, you should probably get to like a temple or something. I don't know. You look like shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
The captain of the Okiti, they were dealing with them. So, keep that in.
Yeah, this doesn't look like getting to a temple, you fucking idiots. Go get healed. I don't want you dying in my jailhouse.
Right. Alright, bye.
Okay.
Of course.
Alright. You stumble out of the jailhouse and limp towards the temple. A couple minutes later, a battalion of guards comes dashing out of the jailhouse, heading presumably to the slums. What they find, you're not sure you're gonna know.
Oof. Oh boy.
That was too close.
So, which temple are we going to?
Good question.
Do we make it?
She's the closest one.
Closest.
There are a couple. Let me actually look at the ones there are available. Because I know for certain there's the Raven Queen and Tiamat. Not Tiamat. Oh my god, definitely not Tiamat. Bahamut.
Yeah, not Tiamat.
Thank you.
There's
Yeah, there's
Ayun as well, I'm pretty
Bahamut, Ayun, the Raven Queen, Coralon, and Cord.
Crowley will pipe up and say Bahamut if nobody else pipes up. So, there.
That's
Bahamut it is.
Alright. You rush over to the Temple of Bahamut. The acolytes there, as they see you heading over heavily wounded, quickly open the door, usher you inside, no questions asked, they just need to get you in somewhere.
Thank you. Just
Thank you so much.
please help my friends. And Crowley will shove like 20 gold into the hands of the closest person.
Alright. Let me actually cross-reference that, because I do have a sheet as to how much Curing Wounds has. Alright.
Wouldn't this count for a long rest, though?
Not quite. You're paying them to heal you right now. The acolytes nod, they go over and get a priest. Eventually, a silver dragonborn, pretty old guy, comes over, looks over the damage, gets down on the ground, kneels, closes his eyes, holds onto a staff, and casts Prayer of Healing. Because 20 gold is exactly enough to get Prayer of Healing cast.
Nice.
Alright. You all heal 13 hit points.
That is exactly enough to bring me back to full health.
Alright. So, for a lot of you, this means most of the wounds are closed up and there's just the cleaning and dressing of them left to do. For the rest of you, you're not on death's door anymore, so that's nice.
Remind me how much healing there was again.
13.
13. So,
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Of
so
course.
much. And Crowley is just gonna shove another 5 gold over. They're kind of beside themselves right now.
Alright. The priest looks over it, looks back at Corellian. If I might ask, child, what exactly happened to put you in this state?
Altercation in the slums. Some of the Okiti were dealing with plague lords.
The priest nods. It is a very dangerous place. And if the reports of plague lords within Ordorandu are true, I fear it may get more dangerous yet. Rest, children. I shall ask no more of you.
Thank you so much.
All right. And the acolytes give you some space. They'll come over with like basic food and dressing if you need it, but otherwise they're willing to let you do your own thing.
Yeah.
Are we having a short rest here, do we think?
Short rest is probably what they'll allow. If you go long rest, they'll be like, do you have somewhere to stay?
Yeah. Whilst if we're gonna have a short rest...
Avagath is going to, instead of taking a short rest, while everyone else is taking a short rest, is going to mosey on down to Fiery Grog and grab like onto 5 drinks to go and 1 non-alcoholic.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is 2 gold total.
Yeet.
You will still be out by the time... Actually, no. Temple District is close to the docks where the Fiery Grog is. You'll be able to make it back at the end of the short rest.
Sweet.
Krellin's basically like flat out on the floor, like just sort of laying there, sort of like kind of close to Mosca, just sort of 1,000-yard stare at this point.
So,
Momo wants to go over to Corelli and sit down on the floor next to him. Are you alright?
Yep, it's fine. Nothing that few hours can't fix.
But I'm
what?
glad that you're physically alright, but are you okay? Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but is everything okay with you?
Krellian's face sort of tightens, but they look over everyone in the party and just, yeah, everyone is here. Everyone is safe. So that means that I am. That's all that I need.
Avagath takes this moment to burst back into the temple with drinks in hand.
Oh, yes. Now this. Yes. Please.
Sets one in front of Trevon, one in front of Momo, reserves one for himself, gives the non-alcoholic one to Malifane, slaps 2 in front of Corellian.
Chug, yes.
Definite chugging time.
As Mal is looking down at the bottle, he looks to the rest of the group and just lets out a sigh and says, "So, do we want to discuss what the heck just happened?"
Well...
Okay, wait, real quick, is Rihanna with us?
Rihanna is indeed with you. She's been quiet the whole time.
I want to go over to her and I just wanna hold her. I love her.
You continue to hug Rihanna as I pull up that picture again, since it's relevant.
Yes.
Very good.
Very
Yes.
good.
My
Very
little
good.
sister.
You met her like 2 hours ago.
I love her.
She also got you out of dagger range, though, so you didn't
Yeah.
straight up die,
Yeah.
so...
I'm sorry, you were saying. What?
You were saying Malifane?
I just asked if we wanted to discuss what exactly happened, what we saw, and what transpired.
We all almost fucking killed.
Yeah, that happened. Oh shit! You guys weren't there for the and Trevor motions to Thav and Corellian. You guys weren't actually at the place, were you? You didn't see what was happening.
No, I just recognized the lady from the wanted poster.
They seem to
Mal,
be
you
making
were
a
the
trade.
one who was seeing. You were the one who's seeing the action. Mal, you wanna give us a run?
Well, when they were on a boat, I saw them with Captain Vince. They seemed to be making a trade of some sort. Materials? I wasn't entirely sure. You saw the Minotaur, though, I assume.
Hard to miss.
Same one as earlier. The one from Demdor. And, well, something about a deal being off. I'm still not entirely sure what the deal was, but it isn't. That's for sure.
I think I might have a theory.
What's that?
So, before we meet and go to Rosewater Stream, we find ourselves in the middle of a chaotic affair in the auction house. There's madness and alchemical nonsense going out all over the place, and it doesn't seem like it would be something that even an Okiti gang as they would have easy access to unless they were directly contacting someone who could make it.
Wait, put a pin in that. Remeg, you are part of Captain Vince's...
Remeg did not follow you.
Here.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That does raise a point, though. Trevlon looks to Rihanna and says, "You're not going to get, any bad looks if you tell us what's been going on. We'd really appreciate it."
Like I said earlier, I don't know. They don't trust me with a lot, but Captain Vincent has wanted to improve what the Okiti's crews already do, so he contacted these alchemists for hire. I guess that's what the lady was?
Plague Lord. Very nasty piece of work they are. And do exactly what they make plagues and terrible, terrible alchemical concoctions from what I've seen so far.
But why would the Plague Lords be playing a third party?
Probably for the same reason they were mussing up everything in the woods where the elves lived. It doesn't seem to me that the Plague Lords are necessarily doing this for any particular goal apart from just really making things chaotic and giving very powerful weapons to the Okiti, who are very, very upset about their living situation, would be a pretty good way to do that, in my opinion.
So you think they were contracted?
Maybe. Either contracted or doing something of their own volition that's just as evil. Either way, they are... I have a theory that maybe they and, the other party, as we've been learning about them, might be connected in some way, more directly. I mean, both certainly seem to have a knack for causing a hell of a lot of confusion and chaos.
I'm getting that from a couple of the parties. It was whatever the Elven group was.
Yeah, that...
Kings. Now this.
I don't think the Four Kings were necessarily doing anything other than being paid to do something. I personally believe that the Four Kings were working on the Lard's orders, but...
Oh, no mistake. I'm not disregarding that, but... I'm not sure.
The Scarlet Snakes and the Plague Lord. I think we have to... If we find another one that we can capture, we have to ask them about the other. Either we find a Scarlet Snake, we ask them about the Plague Lords, or we ask the Plague Lords about the Scarlet Snakes. Either way, I think that there is a connection there, and I think we need to get to the bottom of it.
I'll give you one link. Don't you find it interesting? The Four Kings, the Scarlet Snakes, and the Plague Lords, all of which are mercenary groups. I find that interesting.
Well, I hesitate to call the Four Kings a mercenary group as such. They're more like a gang. But I do make a point. Either way, something is weird. And I don't think that it's possible that each group is necessarily acting on their own to cause so much madness. I think they're working together. But, as I say, we'll need proof of that. Or at the very least, we'll need to...
Together, maybe they have a common master.
That's for sure. Next time we have a chat with a Plague Lord or a Four Kings member, we should probably ask them what the name Dendar means to them.
We threw. We threw
By the way,
Scar into the jail. We haven't necessarily gotten rid of him. There's still
no. Alex, does Trevlon know if Great Scar was the boss of the Four Kings properly?
Properly? Probably not. He seemed like the manager in charge of where you were.
Keep in mind also, mate, that Great Scar, I think, is just an underling for a higher sort of person. I think if we ever meet the Four Kings again, we'll have to ask quite politely about who their real boss is. But either way, it's a lot of information at once. And I don't know about you guys, but I am not keen on staying in Port Mirando any longer than I have to at the moment.
We should at least spend the night in the Fiery Grove or something. We should travel.
That's true.
It is fairly late. Traveling when it gets too late is not a great time.
We should reconvene there, have a nap, get out early in the morning so that any Okiti assassins don't get the drop on us.
Just pray that
Jesus,
we don't actually get into port yet.
I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Either way, I realise now that before I go I have to drop off something kind of important for my work. Anybody want to chum me to the Journalists Guild? Or...
Yep, you're not going alone.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I do still have a letter to drop off anyways.
Tav, you gonna come with?
Yeah.
Right then. Let's go.
Alright. Heading out of the Temple of Bahamut, you all head your separate ways. Malifane heading over to the post office to send your letter. Remind me who the letter's going to again?
Quintessa Creana.
Cool. Alright. Yeah, technically the elf who runs it can get there faster than you, so even if you do, just go back home the next day. You just drop off the letter, pay the 5 gold fee, and you are on your merry way.
Alright.
Cool. Alright. Journalism Guild. I'm going through this quick because I have somewhere to be immediately after this stream, so...
No.
Journalism Guild. You,
Yes.
Trevlon, and those accompanying Trevlon, making sure that nothing bad happens to him on the way. Head into the office. Golmet Gadongo, the boss, is in there. Sans his assistant, sans his granddaughter. He just looks over...
Yay.
Shut up!
He just looks over at the article, looks up at you, gives a quick... and then leans back in his chair.
Trevlon gives a thumbs up and tips the hat and says, "Thanks, boss. I'll send in another article hopefully next week." Yeah. And Trevlon's basically tiredly nods as he exits.
Alright. Trevlon heads out, and I'm assuming the rest of the party goes with him.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. You all reconvene at the Fiery Grog, and I'm assuming you don't have anything important to do here before you turn in?
There was one thing. Trevlon Trevlon was wanting to talk to Krellin about something.
Okay. Go for it.
Right. So, presumably, everybody else is doing their own thing, but Trevlon and getting ready for naps, but Trevlon's still awake and is basically idly doodling. And I think would Corellian presumably be in the Fire Grog at this moment as well, just inside.
Yeah, probably.
He gestures Corellian to sit down.
Alright, Colin will approach and take a seat, sort of just slump forward on the table and sort of have their head on their arms crossed in front of them. Yes.
You doing alright?
Peachy.
I mean, I don't know if you're necessarily telling the entire truth there, but either way, I understand. You kind of saved my life twice there. Thanks. A lot. Really.
You're welcome. There's no need for thanks or anything like that.
Well, there is one thing I think I can give you. You were wondering about what the Okiti I may have roughed up a bit was talking about. What I did. I think...
do you want to talk in here, or should we go out backwards a bit more private?
How loud is it in the Fiery Grog?
It's always loud in the Fiery Grog.
You know what? Maybe some fresh air might be some idea. Come on.
Alright. In that case, Carlian will sort of lead the two of them out back to where the stables are and chill out next to Mosca, and Carlian will sort of like idly sort of braid the fur around her neck. Alright.
So, how much have I told you about when I was a kid? Or younger than I am right now?
Honestly, not all too much. I know you grew up in the slums. I know that you have quite a few siblings, and I know that your mother died of an illness. I'm sorry about that.
It's alright. So, you're basically right. We all lived in a not particularly nice place, but we made do. The one tricky thing was trying to make ends meet, and we all did our different bits. Kasich tried to do as much sort of fighting work as he could. Garrett was thieving and doing whatever he wanted to do. Trinessa was learning about Ioun, and Vivera was magically inclined and was pretty lucky. Managed to get picked up by the Academy. There was a time when, even though we were all doing our own thing and trying to do right for the family, it wasn't going great. And that kind of came to a climax when Mum got ill. Very ill. I don't know the specifics of what it was, but I knew that if I didn't get medicine for it, she'd die. So, young me was very desperate. Very desperate indeed. And Trevlon looks visibly anxious about speaking. He is sort of kind of curled up a little bit.
Carlian sort of like tilts their head, but sort of scooches just a little bit closer. It's alright, take your time. You don't have to.
I think you can make the conclusion from how you've, basically lived next to me for the longest time now. I'm a fan of getting to the bottom of things. I like knowing what's what, and I feel uncomfortable letting things just not be undug. I didn't used to be like that. I used to be just thoughtless, I guess. And it was good for a while. It meant that I did jobs that would get me cash, but, didn't necessarily mean I was be doing the right thing. And this all accumulated when my mum got ill. There was a fella. Everybody was avoiding him, but he was trying to get this piece of work sold. He was trying to get someone to do something for him. He didn't look like much. I think in the retrospect, he was being paid to hire someone else to do the job. I don't think the person who really wanted the job done would dare go near the slums, but he was asking for someone to do a small thing, and he paid very well. That's what he said. And little Trevlon thought, hey, I need medicine for Mum, let's do it. he had me go to particular districts around the slums, map them out, give particular detail, and it helped that I was a pretty good sketchist even then. I didn't think about what I was doing, I didn't care, I knew it was going to pay well, and I got every goddamn detail I could about the slums. I handed it back, and he looked over it, checked it out, said it was alright, and then I felt something very heavy hit me in the back of the head, and then I woke up somewhere in a ditch. I didn't get paid. And I was kind of, well, I guess, I don't even know what to describe it. Just beating around the bush, I guess, to put it mildly. Two very bad things happened. The reason that they wanted me to map out those areas, those districts, is because they wanted to know exactly how and where to demolish places, to renovate and move the poorer residents of Port Mirandu out. Buy up the most valuable and easily renovatable pieces of land, whilst simultaneously really sticking it to anybody who was living there. I made their job very easy. I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to do such a thing, to make a lot of innocent people lose their homes and livelihoods because I made a dumb choice.
Trevor, how old were you?
Trevor thinks, and sort of sighs and says, 16, 17, probably 16.
That's a lot of trouble. It's still a child. Still just a kid.
You know, when you live in a place like that, you can't afford to really be a kid. You have to really think on your feet and be as mature as you can, because nobody's going to treat you like one where you're from. They don't matter. It doesn't matter to them that you're a kid. It matters that you're expendable and not one of them. So I got a reputation. Everybody knew that the job was bad, and I took it anyway, and everyone blamed me for their loss. And to this day, I don't easily think I can blame them for that. And Trevlon at this point is looking glassy-eyed. And not getting the job and the pay meant I couldn't get the medicine.
Colleen sort of laces their claws together and stares down at them and just, I am, first off, thank you for telling me. I know that wasn't easy for you. Second off, we all have, what I'm trying to say is, sorry, damn it, my words don't seem to work quite right. We've all made decisions that have led to consequences, that have led to things that we didn't expect, no matter, our age or what we knew, or... It seems to me like you've spent the rest of your life trying to make up for what you did, trying to get the truth, trying to get to the bottom of everything, and personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but the person you become, the person you choose to be, is what matters more than the person that you were. Caroline sort of puts a claw on Trevon's shoulder and just sort of nudges him a little bit. made we've all made mistakes. We've all done things that we regret. But you have taken that, and from at least what I know, you've ended up becoming a better person, a good person, one might even say. So, Trevon. Krillin sort of like offers a hug gently.
Yeah, Trevon just sort of leans in.
God's above Trevon.
You know, it's not like... I've never told anybody that. I like to think that people see me and they don't think, oh, there's a guy who's got it sort of figured out. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to get to the bottom of shit, but why do terrible things have to happen to people to make them realize that? Why did I didn't want her to die. And Trevlon at this point is crying. And yeah.
Krillin sort of draws him in tighter and just sort of does as best they can with an embrace, and just nobody wants anyone to die. Terrible things happen. I don't have the words to express your loss. Don't make it any better. I'm sorry that you've had to keep all this inside you for so long.
When that Okiti told me to my face what I'd done, I didn't think. And that scares me. Being outside my own head, not thinking before I do something, before I make a choice. It horrifies me. And the fact that this being brought up would cause that, it's scary.
It is scary. And I will be honest, it was kind of scary watching you lose it like that, but I don't think less of you because of it. If anything, knowing what will happen, knowing that will happen it's a powerful thing, and it will at least help you to change if that's not who you want to be. Ultimately, Trevon, you are the master of who you are moving forward every second as it passes by. You can't change what's in the past, but you have control over yourself, and you have control over the person who makes you take every step forward. And Krillin sort of like has Trevlon in front of them, sort of claws on shoulders and looks into his eyes. From what I have seen, you would do the right thing. And I am proud to follow you.
Trevlon smiles and wipes the tears from his face.
And besides that, you don't have to thank me for anything like you did earlier. I made a promise, didn't I? And I do try to deliver on my promises. I vowed that I would protect you, so there we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't leave family behind. Not this one.
Alright.
Thanks, mate.
No, you're Are you gonna be alright? Ish.
Ish. Well, I am still recovering from slightly mortal peril, but I'm getting better. No, I think I'll be okay. I think I've held on to that for too long. And talking about it, I feel good. I feel good.
That's good to hear. And of course, if you ever need anything, you know where to find me. And if you ever need a moment alone, Crowley sort of like gestures to themselves and also gestures at Musk. There's a cuddly stoat that is more than happy to receive pets.
Muska yawns.
Yeah. Trevlon immediately just falls in. Basically. Just collapses into the stoat and splays out.
Alright, so the both of you fuckers get inspiration.
Hey, baby.
Yay!
And then everyone gets a long rest.
Yay!
Alright. Morning comes, and as per usual, it's loud as hell in the Fiery Grog Tavern.
Morning.
Did everyone sleep okay? Everyone got attacked or nothing?
Now that you mention it, it does seem rather usual. Empty, just same as usual. What it looks like outside. No. And Mal steps outside just to see if the port, like just what the general outside of the Fiery Grog Tavern looks like.
It's early in the morning. Port Mirandu's still waking up. You peer out the window, and it looks to be business as usual, actually.
Huh. No damage. No people in the streets. Momo, I don't think anything really happened in the night.
What do you say we go get breakfast then?
I think that's a good idea.
Let's go. Do we know where Trevlon and Corellian are? Did they come in the room last night, or did they just stay?
Corellian would have slept out in the stables with Mosca because they were exhausted.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to say Rihanna was up in the room with Momo and Malifane, because they were the ones who were most likely to not stab him.
Yes! I was cuddling with her because I love her.
Alright.
Anyway.
So Rihanna heads down with you. Over at your usual table is a Port Mirandu guard, with several treasure chests piled on top of the table. He looks up as you come out, gives Rihanna a funny look, but otherwise isn't making any moves.
Don't worry, she's with us.
You know, somehow that makes me worry even more.
Don't worry, I understand. What's this about, if you don't mind me asking?
Goldtooth said something about apparently getting you a finder's fee for some of his hoard. They didn't manage to find all of it, because when they went over to Rosewater stream and investigated, looks like everyone had basically scattered, abandoned the place. They didn't get everything, though. What they managed to leave behind, he figured you deserved a little something or other for alerting him as to, you know, at least something and all that. I don't know. This shit's yours, he says, gesturing to the treasure chest.
Momo opens one of them.
Cool. In this chest, there are 5,500 silver pieces, a fine cloth cloak trimmed with ermine fur, a diadem made out of electrum and inlaid with brass, a glass eye, and a very fancy porcelain vase.
Holy cow!
What do you see? What do you see?
There's a ton of silver, a cloak, a glass eye. He kind of picks it up and just holds it up to mouthing.
Yeah, I decided it was best not to ask any questions about that and just accept that it looks pretty shiny.
I think that's a good idea.
Momo kind of just like slowly puts it back in and takes out the cloak. And what is, like, you said it was made out of what kind of fur?
It's an ermine fur trim on the cloak.
What color is it? Any specific?
Well, obviously, the fur is white. It's kind of wine-colored, the cloak itself.
So, imagine how soft Mosca is. That's what Ermine is.
Ooh.
I will have... How big is it, first of all?
It is human-sized.
Might want to get that trimmed down if you're thinking of taking it for yourself, little buddy.
I'll hold on to it for now. How many chests were there again?
2.
I'll take a look at the second one.
Cool.
Fair enough.
In the second one, there is a silk gown that has been threaded with gold, a crystal a crystal mask inset with onyx gemstones, 2,300 gold, and a cutlass that has a couple of runes carved into the hilt.
Runes?
What is remind me what a cutlass is.
It's a curved sword. It's a pirate sword.
Exactly. It's
Can
like
I
a
see
scimitar,
that?
except not.
Can I see that cutlass, please?
Oh, by all means, go ahead. Do you
Mama
think
takes
you
the-
can actually
can
make
I-
out the scripture?
What do I have to roll to try that?
Make an Arcana check.
Okie
You recognize these runes, Momo. They are, like, northern runes, of an ancient giant language. They don't spell out anything specifically in giant. These are basically their carved runes of magic power. And these appear to be runes that have to deal with cold. I'm actually going to say that's close enough to the identification dice check that you recognize what this is. This is a Cutlass of the Winter Queen.
This is a... Whew.
Belongs to someone important?
Specifically, the Winter Queen.
Call me crazy, but if our experience with Storm... call me crazy, but if our experience with the hammer from long ago has anything to do with anything, maybe we should hold on to that for later.
And now for what it actually does. This is a magic weapon, so it is +1 to attack and damage with it, and overcomes magic resistance of a lot of creatures. And also, these cutlasses, being blessed by the Winter Queen herself, give the wielder immunity to cold damage, and they leave no tracks when moving through ice and snow.
Immunity to what? I'm sorry.
Cold damage.
Oh!
Tasty.
You ask why? Because if because if that hammer belonged to Stormker, then this cutlass definitely belongs to someone else.
I rolled a natural 20 for the guard's history check. He looks over. You know, now that you mention it, I think I remember reading about these. Apparently, there are actually a lot of these. Like, Winter Queen gives them out to her favored sailors and champions and whatnot. I don't really think you have to return this one. In fact, I wouldn't.
You don't say.
Well, if nobody minds, I'm gonna be selfish for a day and take this as well.
Congratulations, you now have a Cutlass of the Winter Queen. I will drag that into your inventory here real quick.
This is Scott talking, but tell me, how many magical weapons do you have now, Momo?
1.
Just that one.
Oh, I thought the dagger... Okay, never mind.
He tossed away the dagger.
And you have another one.
No!
Oh,
That
right,
one
Dav
is-
has that one.
Dav
Never
has
mind.
that
Never
one, and
mind.
that one's not magic.
Ignore me.
I have another evil magic weapon.
Surely they
Yay!
can't take away this one! Bavagap's like, oh, weapon, I won.
Jeez, Momo, how come Mom lets you have all the magic weapons?
Because I'm the favorite.
Fab is, however, going to look at Momo trying on his that fancy cape. And will look down saying, our line of work, you really want a really, really fancy cape.
I'm sorry?
Considering our line of work, do you really want that fancy cape? Wouldn't you rather sell it? Come on, it's probably worth a lot.
You're right. Okay.
I guarantee you the first time you wear that, it'll get fucked up and
You know
might as
what?
well
You
just buy another cape.
have a point, my friend. How about we try and sell this?
I think it's best if we sell most of this.
I would say all of it apart from that cool bitchin' sword.
Yes, and he holds it up with victory.
You are victorious as you hold up the bitchin' sword.
Yay!
Somewhere in the distance you hear, da-da-da-da!
What was that?
Happiness!
Happiness is quite victorious.
Well, now, as far as I'm aware, everyone has at least some form of magically imbued weapon. So that's cool. And Tavagat suddenly remembers that
Spider's Edge is being
is
silvered.
currently being silvered, and therefore he couldn't slice up.
Time paradox.
Fancy hat Dan
I'm gonna say that was your Warhammer.
earlier in game. Yeah, okay, cool, that
Thank
works.
you
Slice
beautiful
them
man!
with a hammer. Great job.
Oof, I completely
So
forgot about
that's
that
why
until
you didn't
just
manage
now.
to kill him. You tried slicing him with a hammer.
That makes a lot more sense. Let's say that's what happened.
You tried using the handle.
Okay, so do we reckon we have enough time left in this session to try and sell all this crap? Or
Yeah, I would say I'm gonna rush you guys through this, honestly, but you do have enough time to go get shit done.
Alright, so unless anyone has any particular things they want to take from this for themselves, we just can sell
for
everything?
the sake of convenience, I will say no.
Is anything else obviously magical?
Yeah.
With Momo's Arcana check, I will say that the cutlass is the only thing that was really magical.
Cool.
Okie dokie. Cool, let's just go to the money district and sell it all.
Throw
Alright.
it back down.
You head over to the
For
market.
flavor text purposes. Okay, never mind.
For flavor text purposes, I have 15 minutes before I need to fucking go, Sky.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Alright.
3.
You head back over to the market district. Bavagath picks Spider's Edge back up, so he's not like, oops, I am forget. And then you head over to the guy that you know for sure would be interested in all sorts of bits and baubles, Pulse at Pulse Jewelers. And sheer convenience's sake, all those trinkets, the cloak, the diadem, the eye, the vase, the gown, and the mask, are all worth 250 gold.
Each.
Tasty.
Each.
Damn.
Oh, dang. Alright, so how much is that in total? Because I've got a...
1,500 gold total.
1,500. Okay, so... So that's 300 each. 300 at 460. That's... Okay, so we each get 760 gold and 1,100 silver each.
Nice.
Cool.
We're stinking rich.
How much gold? You said 700?
760.
Ah! Yes! The riches of the rich! Thank you.
Cool.
And that's from everything that we've got so far, including just the plain money from earlier.
Right.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Alright. And that done, errands done in town. You head back to Battenrand's Hall.
because you actually improved the byways and because it's towards the end of the session, you don't need to roll random encounters to get back home! Yay! Alright. As you return, I'm going to double check and see what got done while you were out. So, immediately, as you head through the wall that's under construction, under the gatehouse that is not connected to a wall, you see that the farm has been set up and people are already planting some seeds there. There are actually 2 different houses off by the tenements, those have been completed, with 4 more that are currently being built. There has been a delivery of books about sunken cities to the library, and there is a delivery for Malifane. It is a buckler. It is smaller than a shield and offers less protection, but slips easily over an arm so that you can keep firing your bow without disadvantage. A buckler will give you +1 to your AC.
Nice.
Yay!
This is really nice. Thank you for this, guys. I appreciate it.
I figured that they would do a good job.
Craftsmanship is amazing.
Sorry, I cut out when you said what it was. What is it?
Buckler.
Oh, right, yes, it is. Thank you.
Alright. And before we get into Batonrance Hall, I'm just going to say, because it's late at night, our heroes just turn in and are ready to do all their shit the next day, I'm going to call this session here.
Sounds good by me.
Radical! You didn't die by rats.
Yes. Boy, howdy, did we come close?
Mm-hmm.
What were the chances of us dying?
Honestly, you were not making very good tactical decisions.
Yeah.
So it is a damn miracle that the daggers did not kill at least one of you. Because, I kept saying, if you do stuff to try and get away from the daggers, you don't have to keep getting hit. And then that didn't really happen.
We love each other. We want to save each other.
I am single target mostly.
Alright.
We love each other.
For surviving that encounter, you are all at 2,300 experience, which gets you to level 7.
Yay!
Exciting!
At 2,300, you don't gain 2,300, that would be insane.
I'm level 10!
23,000, rather, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay. So, whoa, fuck. Okay, what happened?
I'm good at math, guys.
Yay.
Alright.
Do your best.
In that case, once we've gone out stream, I'll steal Atlas for as long as it takes to do the secret thing that I've got planned, which will
you know what you need to do.
Next episode.
Alright. Cool. In the next episode, where our heroes will deal with real estate and NPCs. Woo!
More real estate!
Boring shit.
We may sound like we're being sarcastic, but I very genuinely enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice. Alright. There's not going to be a post-show this time, unfortunately, guys. I have somewhere I need to be, and we just do not have the time. So, that's going to make this editing really easy for YouTube. On that note, take care, everybody. We will see you next week. There's going to be a stream on Friday. It's not Tomb of Annihilation, because Xander's busy, but we'll see what happens. Woo! Bye-bye!
Woo! Bye!
Bye, guys. Love you.
Goodbye.